My lords, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to episode number 3 of Cities Skylines as we continue growing our small city, or town as the case may be right now, of West Bambridge. Today we're starting out having a quick look over the suburb of Cockwood, because why not? It's got a fantastic name after all, so let's start there. Just watching the people do their comings and goings and ambulances flying past and all that other good stuff, just seeing the city live and feel alive. Now between the previous episode, episode number 2, and this one, I have done a bit of work on the city and grown it just a little. I've added a few extra things in there. Well, I say just a little, I've added a whole other district and a little shopping area, and we'll discuss that in a few moments after we've just enjoyed some of this eye candy of the people coming and going and the traffic and whatnot. So let's have a look then, shall we? So as we can see, we're pretty healthy on money, 355,000 funds, cash, credits, whatever. I'm not sure what the unit of currency in Cities Skylines actually is. Now if we just zoom out, we can have a good look at this city and what's changed between episode 2 and 3. Now we have a new residential district here, the district of Down. And if we go a little bit closer in, we can see we have a nice terraced estate through here. Looking a very British terrace style housing there, all in a nice long row. Got quite a Victorian feel to it. Along the edges we've got some low density commercial, some shops, a pub, a McDonald's, stuff like that. And what I've done as well is I've put down a pedestrian footpath between the backs of the houses, because in the UK that's what you tend to have. It's usually like a little alleyway, but this is the best that we can do to simulate that. And obviously you can see they are using it to traverse around the little district here, and we've got that mirrored on pretty much all of these rows of houses here, just to make it feel a bit more alive. The bushes in the streets certainly aren't making it feel alive, so let's just get rid of them. I hadn't noticed them before. A few more over here as well, as we can see. Got a few trees growing through these houses as well, but I can't get rid of them without getting rid of the house. Oh, yes I can, there we go. Lovely. Yeah, just tidies it up a little bit, because they looked a little bit out of place there. The ones going through the back gardens I don't really mind, they're fine, that's not too unrealistic, but the ones on the paths and on the roads, obviously we don't want to be having that. So yes, here is the little suburb or district of Down. We've got a pavement connection over to the industrial sector as well, and as you can see that's being utilised quite nicely. We've got this pedestrian footbridge over this main roundabout here, just to stop people crossing on the roundabouts and slowing down the traffic. So that's working as intended quite nicely. What else have we got? Ah yes, if we hop over here, I've put down a supermarket and a couple of car parks to serve the supermarket, of course. Some playing fields here as well, just on the back of the supermarket, and it just makes it feel a little bit more alive and a little bit more immersive. I've run some trees down the major main avenue, and I've also renamed that to London Road, which is a very common street name in the UK for obvious reasons. So here's London Road, which is obviously serving as our main thoroughfare for the city of West Bambridge. And if we go out even further, we can see I've messed up this connection here. Nobody actually uses this anymore, as we can see. So I've put in a second connection here. Now this junction isn't the best, as we can see it's been distorted by the connections, and the connections onto the motorway, they're not even, as we can see they're shorter on this side and longer on that. So I might play about with that off camera. However, it is working as intended. As we can see here, the vehicles are using it, they're using it properly, and yeah, it's working as we want it to, even if visually it looks a bit strange. So let's crack on. We've got demand for all three, residential, commercial and industrial, so that's always good. It means we can do pretty much whatever we want. I'm just going to check if we can unlock a new piece of land. No, we can't. I'd like to get this square next, because then we can continue out down this way along the edge of the river. But for now, we're going to have to grow our town a little bit more. I think the next tile does unlock at the next milestone. One thing we do need to bear in mind is our water usage and sewage treatment usage is almost maxed out, so we might have to increase the budget on those. If you remember, we did drop them down just to save a bit of money, although that's not really a concern anymore, so let's boost those up. We'll boost the power as well, and you see that's now dropped to only 50% utilisation, and the water is down to about 60%, so all good there. So let's put down another district, I think. And where do we want to build? I think what I might do, I think the next district will be in this area here, just nestled into this rising hill. And we can have a junction over here, and we can have a collector road that runs between here, and then coming off the collectors, obviously we'll have all of our side streets and residential streets and the like. So let's make a start on that. So in terms of what we want to use for the collector, I don't want to keep using the same one all the time. It would be nice to mix it up a little, so I think this time around we will go for let me have a look here, maybe that one with the trees down the middle. It'll keep the noise pollution a little bit lower. And we'll start it, we'll bring it off from this point here. We'll use freeform roads, but we'll keep all the snap tubes selected. And we'll come off relatively straight first of all. In fact, even better, let's do it perfectly straight. There we go, up to about there I think is going to be fine. And from here on out we'll start to use freeform. We'll get the terrain overlay up so we can try and follow the contours of the land. Here we go. So if we can like go here and try and follow it a little, and then we'll just head straight down into the main arterial road there. As we can see, it has gone ahead and left the trees in the middle of the road, and I don't mean the decorative trees. So let's just go ahead and remove those. Let's drop the size down a little bit more. There we go. If we just right click it, we'll get rid of them all. We don't want the bushes growing through like we had previously. There we go. Perfect, that'll work nicely. Now we can put down some residential and commercial areas throughout. So in fact what we will do is we'll use the same road again, and we'll put another connection maybe here. And this is just going to bisect this area. Not exactly half and half, as we can see this area is a lot bigger than this area, but it just cuts it down the middle quite nicely. Traffic lights, we'll keep them for now, but we might get rid of them later. Now let's go into getting some suburban roads put down, and we'll stick to the tree line roads, I think. So this one will first of all just come straight through there like that, and then we'll just keep it relatively grid-like, but not perfectly gridded. In fact, no, I don't want that connection there. It's a little bit close to that junction. That will not have a connection here at all. We'll just have that sweep over here. And from here, we'll have a road that comes out there. Obviously, we can see there's a bit of dead space between these, but that's fine. Not too fussed by that. And we'll have a connection in the roughly in the middle between the two junctions there and down there. And we'll stick to this one for now. And what we're gonna do is, using this node controller, is actually go through and make sure all of these nodes are set to slope rather than flat. But they are pretty even. But we will do it on these here, between this node and this node, and this node. There we go, which brings it down just a touch. Do we want to smooth that one out as well? No, we'll leave that as it is. So before we put any zoning down, we want to, of course, give them a good supply of water. And up here as well, no space already occupied. It's not exactly under the road, but it's near enough. There we go. Righty ho. We'll put a few roads down in here as well. And in fact, what we're going to use for this is something a little bit larger. And I think we will use... which road shall we have? I think maybe this one. And we want this to be straight. Do we want to go into there? No, we'll go into here. And then coming off of this, we'll just have a smaller capacity road like that. And this is going to be a little commercial area around here. This will be residential. I might have some commercial along the collectors, but primarily it is going to be residential. So let's give this its brand new, separate, distinct, unique, whatever word you want to use, district. Wait for the autosave to finish there. There we go. And this is Tilehurst. We'll keep that. This will also be a district in the not too distant future, so let's go ahead and paint it in ready. Islington Park, that's fine. So let's start with Tilehurst. So first things first, we want to put down some residential. And we'll start in the centre, although we want to make sure we have a power bubble that extends over here. And then we'll go for a little bit of commercial along here. And then we'll drop back to residential. But before we do that, let's just make sure we're using the correct building themes. Enable the theme manager. I don't want terraced over here. We'll have semis, British UK style. That might include the terraced, but we'll see what it comes up with there. Detached housing, semi-detached housing, yes, whatever. And UK commercial, yeah, that's fine. There we go. And now we can resume the game. Let's carry on painting in these residential zones here. And in fact, we can just blanket it all like that. As I said, this area will be an industrial, a commercial area. Maybe just a little bit along there as well. Not along the main arterial road. What we're going to do for along the arterial is actually put some trees down. So let's do that now. Which trees do we want to use? Small beech. Let's have some alder trees. And we'll use the straight tool. Just give us a nice run of trees along the London Road. But they may as well go all the way to the main roundabout. There we go. Lovely. Okay, these don't have any water down here. Let's tend to that quickly before they bugger off. There we go. Right, let's just bring it all through like that. Okay, so yeah, as we can see, we do have some terraced housing popping in, but that's fine. I just don't want it to be a block of terraced... Wow, that's bright. A complete block of terraced houses like we have over here in Down. We need some more industrial, so I think it might probably be worth adding in a second industrial sector. And we might put that over here in Islington Park. And what we're going to do for that is go back to the 3 unit wide roads, and we shall use these ones here. Back to freeform, and from this point here, just do a straight shot connection into there. And coming off here in this little corner, we'll have some industrial areas. Let's have a look, which one do we want to use? Let's use that again. It doesn't need to be a big, huge industrial estate, but maybe just something like that. And then we'll drop down to a smaller capacity road through here. What do we want to? What's that one there? Cobblestone. No, we don't want cobblestone. We'll go this one with a grass verge, just to... or a grass median rather, it's not a verge. Just to have it a little bit different and keep it straight here. You can go straight through to there. And again, I'm just going to go through and make sure all these are set to slope like so. Let's have a look. Does that look better? I think it does. Maybe do this one here as well if that needs doing. Let's just check. Yeah, there we go. Okay, the district of Down is on fire, as we can see. But what we do have access to, what I've not put down yet, is the fire helicopter depot. And if we put it near the river, and the helicopters don't have to go too far to fill up on water, and these will help put out the trees that are burning, which is causing the fire to spread quite badly, as we can see. And our poor fire engines are hard pressed to keep up at the moment, so hopefully the helicopters will be making their way over very soon. Yeah, they're just filling up with water. Yeah, brilliant. So we can leave them to it. It shouldn't be too disastrous. 1 or 2 houses have been destroyed, as we can see. But let's turn our attention back over to Tilehurst. In fact, no, Islington Park. And what we're going to do is actually make a separate, smaller district within Islington Park. If we just clear the what will be the industrial estate, like that, and then put in a new zone. We want to go make sure we allow them to build along the edges of these roads here. There we go. Line them. And this will be an industrial sector in the not too distant future. We're going to need some roads, of course. Not roads, these are water pipes. You don't want to mix those two up. Let's get some water pipes down here. And I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to need some power. That, did I set that to slope? Yes, I did. Okay, what I think we need to do is just equalize the gradients there. 9.7. Can I now redo that slope maybe? Okay. Oh, in fact, I just noticed something there. Main slope direction, manual. How then do I hold Alt to change main slope direction? How do I do this? Let's see. Oh, I see. There we go. That's what I was hoping to achieve there. That looks better. Yeah, that's where we go. Okay, just check on this fire. Okay, it's moved away from the houses, which is good. We can hear the helicopter whirring about. There they come. And they will extinguish those trees and bushes nicely. And that'll just stop it spreading from house to house quite so drastically. So that's all good. I forgot I had unlocked that, so I'm glad I remembered. As you can see, it's burnt down a lot of the trees along the London road, but they will regrow. Right, I think now we will put down some industrial areas over here, or an industrial sector over here, and for now we'll stick to within this this Perry Road here. We are going to need some power running out here, of course, and we'll run that out. Oh, a geothermal power plant. Well, to help drop the pollution down. At the minute we're using the Battersea, 120 megawatts. This does 80 megawatts. That's pretty nice. Do we want a geothermal power plant? Well, we don't need one right now, so let's come back to that. Instead, what we do want to do is put a power connection through, like that. And now when they start building here, that should bubble over and give the new industrial sector some power. They're not building anything yet, and I know why that is. That is because we have the building theme. What we want to do here is allow buildings which are not in any theme. There we go, and there you see now they're starting to pop in. The terrain's a bit higgledy-piggledy, as we can see. We might be able to smooth that off a little. Let's just have a go. Level terrain, soften terrain, is that what we want to do here? Not doing much. I guess the terrain is set now that they've built there, but that's fine. It is working over here, as we can see. It's smoothing this off. Level, no. Shift terrain, no. Yeah, it's definitely the softened terrain. So I'm kind of in Transport Fever 2 mode there, and I was looking for the smooth terrain one, but we don't have that. We have soften, which I guess gives you the same end result near enough. Right, so how's the traffic looking on these? Well, they just got a bout of happiness. In fact, before we check the traffic, let's check on things such as healthcare. We have two clinics. I don't think we need a hospital just yet, but I will put down an extra clinic, I think. And which one do we want? We'll go back, yeah, we'll keep using this UK themed clinic for now. And can we squeeze this in anywhere in suburbia? There we go. It just gives a bit of coverage over here. Down has not the best coverage. We could put something else down there, but for now I think we're fine. The capacity is what we're looking for here. Deaf care is fine, child care is fine for now, although it could be better, and elder care, right, we don't have anything, so let's put something down for elder care, shall we? Not a cemetery. Ooh, no, they wouldn't like that, would they? What are we looking for? What's community pool? What does that do? Oh, it just raises the health a little bit. And oh, it's a bit of fun. So I guess it serves as a park as well. Well, we could put a pool down. Maybe on this corner here. Then it's going to cover Cockwood and Tilehurst. But that's not what we are looking for. We are looking for the elder care. Here we go. Well, that's quite a big building. Right, where would we want to put this? I'm going to say we'll put it over here. There we go. So that's the health. We've had a quick look at that. Fire is fine. We have 2 fire stations and the helicopter depot, and they should still provide us pretty decent coverage, so that's all good. Crime is pretty good. Yeah, we'll keep that as it is for now. Jail capacity is fine. Education. So in terms of elementary, we probably want something to serve Down and Tilehurst. And what school do we want to use for that? Well, might even use a community school just to be a little different. And where do we want to put that? Maybe just on the edge of Down, just there. Yeah, that'll do. High school is absolutely fine. Got good capacity for that. University we haven't done yet, and public library. Oh, should we put a library down over here in Tilehurst? Maybe just there. Yeah, why not? Now we have a few bus routes that I've done, as we can see, 1 and 2. So yeah, literally just a few. And line 1 is the blue one, which serves Penketh and goes up to the high school, as we can see. Line 2 serves a little bit of Cockwood, and it does connect here, so they can interchange between the two bus lines quite freely. I do think we're going to need some more bus lines. We need to cover, I think, Tilehurst and this bit of Cockwood, and really we want one for down as well. So let's put a few extra bus lines down, and again we'd like them to overlap where possible so they can interchange quite freely and readily. And if we start, maybe if we put it there, then they could just cross over the road, and we'll have it head out this way and come over into Tilehurst through this commercial area here, and just there, so that will allow them to gain access to the library via public transport. And then just 2 stops through Tilehurst, back up towards Cockwood, and we'll have it come down this way. We'll have a stop just there. They could be able to walk between those two, and we'll complete the line. It needs a different colour, of course, and we'll go for yellow, and we'll actually call this Tilehurst Cockwood. There we go. And I think we need, yeah, we'll want one for down as well, so let's do down. So just one there, and then one over there, and then sweep around this way, and then back down through here. We'll have a stop by the supermarket, and then it can come back through, and we'll have it come this way. It can share that stop there, and then it can come all the way down here and back into down. So this will just be the down line, and that's bus number 4, so we'll just call it down. And we'll go for a green colour, a dark green. There we go. Let's just see how everything takes. We still need more commercial, so let's satisfy that demand, and we'll put some along this road here and along here, not that little square there we go. This guy needs some more workers, as we can see, which is fine. We need educated workers and well-educated workers and highly educated workers, so at some point in the not too distant future we want to think about advanced levels of education, so universities and that sort of thing, maybe a technical college. I think for now we're going to be fine. Let's have a look at Lynham. How's that looking? Is that looking UK-ish? Kind of, yeah. Yeah, it does. It does a bit, yes. Yeah, pretty decent. Tilehurst is filled out quite nicely, as we can see. The buses are flying through the estates and hopefully picking up plenty of people. Let's just have a look at the line. 8 passengers, 6 passengers. Well, it's only just been inaugurated, so it might take a while for them to catch up with bus line 1 and bus line 2. But hopefully they will pretty soon. The demand for residential is growing once again, so let's satisfy that, and we'll use 2-lane road with trees, and we want freeform, and this is going to be in this section here. Do we want that to connect to? Yeah, well, in fact, yeah, why not? Although it's pretty close to the roundabout, so what we might be better off doing is actually having it connect to the roundabout, like that. Yeah. And then coming off, we just want little side streets and suburbs and all that good stuff. And let's have one what comes up here as well. Yeah, that's fine. How are we for water coverage? Pretty poo, so let's give them some water coverage. And we'll go up Danes Court Hill. And then down Glamorgan Lane. And finally, Chestnut Drive. You may as well connect into there as well. Wonderful. What's Islington Park's theme? Let's have a look. Enable theme manager. We'll have semis, we'll have detached and semi-detached, and of course commercial, in case you do put some commercial in here as well. We want it to actually grow. Brilliant. Right, let's go ahead. Let's get it all coloured in nicely. There we go. And up here, we'll just have a... We might keep this a little bit straighter, actually. There, something like that. Let's get those water pipes up. Oh, it's already got water coverage. That's fine. Brilliant. Saves me a job. And let's get all this filled in with some residential. There we go. Let's just see how all of that takes. Just going to go through now and actually get rid of those traffic lights on these roads and have them give way like this. Okay, so that's all the junctions now set to give way, and that's got rid of the traffic lights, of course. Still need a little bit more commercial, as we can see, and I think what we'll do here is just have a strip of commercial running all the way along the top here to about there. Probably do with some park facilities in this little area, actually. Let's put some of these down before they build too much. Maybe one there. Can we squeeze that in there? Ooh, almost. Yeah, there we go. That's going to keep them nice and happy. These really need some workers. That's not good. It's the educated and highly educated workers that's the problem. And in fact, the workers are going down to 38. We'll keep an eye on that. That's not a good sign, not at all. Oh, are we having rolling brownouts? I think we are. Production 88 megawatts. Have we still got the... Yes, there we go. Let's bump this up to 100 now. And we may as well do the water as well while we're here. There we go. That should... Yep, there we go. The power problem has been resolved by increasing the budget to 100%. Garbage. Ooh. Okay. Might be worth putting an extra recycling centre down. Right, yeah, let's do that. If I can remember where they are. They're in here. We don't have anything other than the default recycling centre, so we'll stick to that. There we go. Much better. That's dropped it down now to 61%. You're still complaining about workers. Traffic's looking pretty free-flowing. That's good to see. It's what we want to see. Yes, all the roundabouts are flowing nice and freely. We don't need traffic lights there. Let's have that give way to the main arterial road, of course. All the other traffic lights, I think, have gone, which is good. So the new districts of Tilehurst and Islington Park and Lynham are coming together quite nicely. Still have that demand for more commercial. I'm just going to put a nice long strip of commercial along the edge of the down district just there. Hopefully that will scratch that little demand. Just noticed here that our elementary schools are now over capacity after we tiled Tilehurst. We didn't tile it, we built Tilehurst. I'm not sure what I was going on with there. As well as Islington Park. So it looks like we could be needing to put down a new elementary school, likely over in this area. That would make the most sense. Let's see which one we want to use. That's not got the capacity we need. How about a mid-sized elementary? It's got 400 student capacity, and in terms of its location, well, that's the question, isn't it? Where do we want to go ahead and put this? Now, it's got to be in this area. It's got to be serving these two districts, really. We could put it up on the hill. In fact, yeah, that'll work quite nice. So to do that, we're going to need to put some roads up there. A dedicated road for the school. And we'll keep it nice and fancy. We'll have these nice tree-lined roads, I think. You have to get rid of two of those industries, the commercial buildings, as we can see. Just to squeeze this road in, but that's fine. Now, if we can get this to around about 90 degrees... 89.6, that will work. And then we want to have it run across to there. And obviously our school is going to go across to the front right there. Go ahead and put a car park down for the school if we've got the room. I think we should have. We go across like that. And then have an access road there. And also there. Perfect, and now we can just zone in, maybe use a large one, 8x2. Some nice parking areas for the school. There and there, and there and there. Maybe some, just to fill in that little gap there. Right, yeah, that's fine. Let's get rid of some of these trees here, so let's turn this size right down. That's better. Clear an area there for where the school is actually going to be positioned. So now we can put the school in, and we went for the mid-sized elementary. We're still close to capacity, as we can see, but at least we're ever so slightly in the green, and I think that should work. Has it got a power connection? Yes, it does. We do have a spurious tree there in the middle of the car park, so we'll hide that. And then what we'll do is just do a bit of beautification work around here, including running a line of trees along the edge of the car park, and those trees will be this tree with leaves number 1. They can just go across there like that. And then maybe some of these small bushes as well, just along there. There we go. And perhaps along this side as well would be nice. Yeah. Right, let's see if we can smooth that terrain off there as well. Let's increase the brush strength, soften terrain. Yeah, that will do. Could do with a fence around that, or some sort of wall. Let's see, what walls do we have? Zoo fence, no, no, we don't want to treat them like animals. Airport fence is locked, or industry fence. Ooh, a nice brick wall. Yeah, let's see if we can get this in. Okay, might need to turn on anarchy here. Hopefully this don't mess with anything too badly. And we'll have this just run all around the school to there. It doesn't quite match up. Right, let's get some more districts zoned down, shall we? And I think what we'll do is Where do we want to expand to next? We really want to get to the next unlock, which is not a million miles away, as we can see. In fact, what's that? 81 people away. Right, let's see where we could put some more. We could put a little strip along here. Yeah, let's do that. So let's get this road. And we'll do this relatively gridded. If we just bring it out to about there for now. And we're not going to do it this style of grid. We're going to have like a, what's the word I'm looking for? We'll have a straight there. And then we're just going to have it a bit asymmetric or irregular, I suppose is a better phrase for it. Where it's not repeating itself constantly, and you know, every now and then it's a little bit different, something like that. And you can go to there. You could come down here if you actually build. There we go. And then have another connection across there. So it's still gridded, but it's not even, and it's not regimented as such. Obviously we want to put the water down, and I'm aware that it's not quite under the roads here, but it's fine. Okay, brilliant. And now we can just go ahead and blanket zone some nice new residential districts over here. Speaking of districts, is this actually part of Down, or should we give it a new district? I think we'll give it a new district. So we'll start off in the far corner where we can do a big blanket to cover most of it quickly before switching to the smaller of the options, the smaller of the three sizes. And then just take some of this edge off because we've gone far too big. There we go. And this is Newport. See, let's have a look at the themes here, what we want to use. Enable theme manager. We don't want terraced. We want semi-detached and UK commercial and UK semi-detached housing. Yes, I know. There, that should work. And now start a building. They're building in very fast. Very fast. Give them a strip of commercial along there as well. And there we go. We've got the next milestone, which is Big Town. So new area times 1. We can do campus areas, taxation policies. What else do we have? Intercity buses and metros. Looks like we're unlocking high density. Yep, high density residential and commercial, and the office zones. Incineration plants. Radio masts, fire watch towers. That could be quite useful. Solar updraft tower. So we could look to move away from fossil fuels now. One of the first things I want to put down was one of those fire watch towers. We've put a lot of trees down in our city, and I would like to keep them from burning all the time. So where we have a high red density area of trees, like there, and perhaps over here, and definitely over here, we'll put a few firewatch towers down, and that should just, yeah, there we go, look. There's still a little bit here, in fact. No, that'll be fine. No, let's put one down over here just in case. Better to be safe than sorry, but yeah, as you can see, a lot of the trees now are no longer highlighted in red for fire risk, which is fantastic. How are these houses looking in Newport? See? Yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. The demand's dropped off a little, but that's fine. Where's the nearest elementary school? Over here. Let's have a look. Oh, it's right there. Well, I think what we need to do there is actually connect this road in like that, just so they have a quick way to get to this school. Okay, so with the addition of our 3 new residential districts, I think that's enough for today's episode, so we'll leave it here. And if we can find somebody who's on a long journey, okay, we're gonna follow this guy. This'll do. and we'll say our goodbyes. So let's start proceedings. So thank you very much for watching. Sorry about bumping into the back of your car there, Mr. Mini Driver. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, thank you very much for your support and patronage, and I hope you enjoyed. And I shall see you in episode number 4, or over at Transport Fever 2 if you're also a fan of that. But for now, all that remains for me to say is, as always, ladies and gentlemen, take very good care of yourselves. It's ta-ta for now.